Awesome.
I'm recording. Good job, Marcin. All right. This team is amazing.
Great.
All right, guys. So this is our Monday night call since we are recording now, and we have some pretty amazing hosts that have joined us, and they look pretty awesome. So I'm gonna let them take it away. So go for it, guys.
It's not easy figuring all this stuff out looking like this. I got it.
Oh boy, Marcin, I just love it. Good job, you guys. Kudos to you.
Well, there's a couple reasons we want to do this. First off, just to have fun, kind of break the ice a little bit, kind of break down the norm a little bit.
I love it.
And the other reason we want to do it, well, maybe a couple more reasons. Another reason, a lot of you guys are going to leadership retreat here pretty soon, and so you got to get ready for shocks like this. So we're preparing you.
Very true, Marcin. You know very well. So yes, good call.
And another, just a little short blurb we want to put out there is perceptions. Now most of you people know us, and so when you see us, you probably perceived us different because we look different. But you see a lot of people on the street that you perceive them differently because of the way they look. So we kind of have a tendency to prejudge. So we just want to get this out there to people don't necessarily act the way they look. They may look kind of big, mean, scary, or whatever, or a little goofy. But just keep that in mind as you approach people to talk to them. So.
Love it.
So anyway, we'll come back to normal here a little bit better. and we'll let Jane take it over from here for a minute.
Hey, you gotta have fun. You really gotta have fun. I got one of the best gifts I ever got today was from Jeannie, and it was a journal, and says, "With God, all things are possible." If you can see that. And I really needed that today, so thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You know what? One of the things I want to talk tonight is staying positive, and it can be tough in business. I've been listening to some different lately, and I heard one the other day this was interviewing Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sugar Ray said, "You know what? Nobody likes to lose, but a winner is if you get back up after you've been knocked down." And I thought, that's so much like our Plexus business. And, I've had a lot of ups and downs, and I've been in a down position where I was probably from 6 months. It's been right around conventions, and I've lost almost every customer and ambassador. And that's really hard and positive when you get up to a certain point and then you see people go away. I'm always one to take responsibility and look at my part. So I see where I have gone wrong. I've seen where I haven't reached out, where I haven't followed up. And, I think it was Tina that was saying, your Aunt Tina saying not too long ago about that very same thing. And it really struck a chord with me when she said that. But you know what, there's, some things that I've been thinking about as far as staying positive. And one thing is getting out of my own mind's way. I don't know about you, but my mind will tell me things that are just nonsense. I had a gal in Las Vegas that I've been trying to cultivate this relationship. She me every well on message, ask about X. She'll say I need this, and then she'll say a reason why she doesn't want to do it right now. And I thought she was putting me off. Well, I made up my mind that she was just playing me. I had this big thing going on in my head. Oh no. And what I found out was she finally came, she says, to be honest, I've signed with somebody else, but my point is not doing the business anymore. And I'm relying on you for support. And there were times this wanted to run because actually my head that was pain. And what happens for me when I allow that to happen is I'm not as positive as I once was, because I'm more focused on what's wrong rather than what's right and what I can do to help. And I have to really ask myself, do I believe in one plexus or don't I? To me, it doesn't matter who the person is. There was a gal behind me sitting at convention. She's not on the team. I don't even know who she is. I believe she's from Montana. We exchanged a little bit of info because she saw me recording Dusty up there on stage. And so she tapped me on the shoulder and she says, my people need to hear this. Would you send it to me? And so when you have an opportunity to be of service to somebody else, I think that really helps with your positive mindset, because I think we're all in this business because we want to make a difference. And to me, I heard it the other day, my name's Quick, and he says, it's not about making $1, it's about making a difference. I think that that's what, you see so much in the ambassadors in this. So another thing, not taking things personally. I've had a lot of people since I started Plexus that I've cultivated the relationship, that I've gone to them time and time again, and I approached them about Plexus, about the products, about the business. Only 6 months to a year down the road, watch them sign with another ambassador. It's really hard not to take that personally, but you have to not take it personally. If somebody wants to sign with someone else, that's because that's where the connection is really made. I've had people come to me that other ambassadors have worked on for a period of time, but that's where they wanted to be. I know when we were first started in this business, we were told, if somebody, let's say somebody wanted to sign under me, and I say, well, you know what, why don't you go under Marson? They don't want Marson, they want me. And, it's really hard because you want to help people out, but it's best to just kind of let things take their course. This guy that I have listened to last couple of days, his name's Jim Quick. I had never heard of him. He had a traumatic brain injury when he was about 5 years old. And from then on, he kind of labeled himself along with other people in his life as the boy with a broken brain. And then, he started making some strides to improve. Because his teachers would have to explain things to me several times before I would kind of understand it. He says he finally got into high school, and he says, I just kind of alienated myself from everybody because I always felt different. He said, I'd spend all my time in the library. And he had some things going on. He worked himself into a real exhaustion, and he fell down a flight of stairs when he left the library. Was in and had a brain. Well, he was in the hospital. He died. He was in the, and a nurse brought him in a mug with some tea, and the mug's a picture of Albert Einstein. And it said, you can't use them. You can't pick someone with the same creative or stuff. So he started thinking, what, in school, we're taught a lot of things. We're taught that we need English, but we're taught how to do that. And so he's been trying to think, what can I do to learn, help myself learn and other people learn? And he's been this empire of helping people. So celebrities, some business moguls come to him and to tricks on how to improve their memory of their brain. And it's been kind of cool.
Hey,
but one of the things
Jane, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're breaking up really bad. Is it really low on your your internet connection right now? It's breaking up. We could hear you every now and then, but now it's kind of going out more. Is it getting worse or is it doing okay?
I think it's okay. Can you hear me?
Barely. It
Is
just
that any-
it cuts in and out. Pretty good. We could make out what you were saying for a while, but then it kind of seemed like it got a little bit worse on there. Someone just,
Okay, how is it now?
that sounds better.
Okay, does it sound better? Maybe I'm too far away.
Yeah, it just keeps cutting you guys out.
Talk.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what Marcin said. It's like every third word I can hear. And you guys are talking, and you're saying some good stuff, so I'm like, I want to hear. So that's why I thought, check your internet connection and see, is it full? Do you have a full? Because I don't want to miss you guys. I want everybody to do this. Okay. All right, we'll keep trying, Jane, and if it keeps getting worse, then we'll.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Not real
Probably
good.
not.
I know I've had a few messages. Okay, they're having the same. It's just cutting in and out on that. Yeah, and I want to hear you guys. So I want you to keep talking. So I know you have a good message there, Jane. So.
I think you can in on his phone. I'm gonna back.
Okay. I was going to suggest, if you have another device, you can maybe jump on real quick and see if it doesn't work better.
Yeah, we're just going to dial in. We're going to
Perfect. Okay.
number and dial. We'll see if that'll work.
Perfect. Because we got the whole costume thing, so that was the best. So yeah. See if you guys can call in. Oh my gosh.
How's that?
That's better. I can hear you.
Okay, is that better?
So far, yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of quick because I'm taking too much time, but
No,
one
it's fine.
thing that is to put on your coat, and that's COTE, put on your coat of armor. And that it would stand for confidence, optimism, tenacity, and enthusiasm. And that's really going to help with your positivity. Another thing I wanted to point out, when we did a 90 at the beginning of the year, and one of the things that we were doing in this challenge was listening to something positive. And I am habit of doing that. Since January, probably listened 2 days of music every single day. Other than those days, I've listened to something positive. YouTube has been my best friend. And you know, my team post fun there, but I'll listen 36 to 60 every day of something positive. And on YouTube, you can find things from Plexus U, which I utilize a lot of that. The Diamond documentaries, you can find those. Training videos by Dusty and Jeannie, and Life from Thomas. There's some of my on a weekly basis. Non-Plexus, there's a wealth out there that applies to Plexus. Some of my favorites, and I would encourage you to check everything out with Plexus, and also some of these things non-Plexus. Lisa Nichols, she's incredible. Lewis Howell, The School of Greatness. He interviews famous people, entrepreneurs, and there's some really good podcasts. Evan Carmichael, he's done a thing where it's called the 10 Rules for Success. and he'll take, let's say, Oprah Winfrey, and he'll break down different clips from over the years on what she and success are. And so there's a whole bunch of those out there. One of them that I really like that I have been into for a couple of months is Tom Bilyeu. If you've ever heard of nutrition, he's one of the founders of Question. We on there to a while. Inside, and there's some amazing podcasts there. One thing I was thinking about tonight is something that Joan Baez said, is action is the antidote to despair. So I think that's one thing that has really helped me get into action, even if it's, the action is, getting away from it for a minute and going for a walk, because exercise is going to fuel your brain too. So I'm going to cut that short and turn it over to my co-host.
Thank you, sweetheart. You did a great job on that. A lot of good information there. I know we're kind of gone a little bit along on time, and I got a couple of really awesome friends and team members that I've invited to come on the team call tonight. Take each one. Laura, would you like to tell us a little bit about your story and how you got to where you are now?
Sure. Can everybody hear me, or am I breaking up too?
Good, Laura.
Okay. So Marcin just asked me to take a few minutes to tell my story, and I am not kidding you guys. You guys are so scary. Like, I was like so nervous to do this. So I hope that it comes across. And Cindy says to me, "You can call me in practice." And I'm like, seriously, I am going over this in my head, and I hope it comes out my mouth what I'm thinking. So anyway, so I started in July of 2015. My mom had been going through chemo and had started radiation in Cedar City. And so I was an hour and a half away from home, and I had went and stayed with her. She is alone because she's widowed twice. And so I went to stay with her. And while we were there, my cousin Cindy invited us over a couple of different times for dinner. She's just so awesome. And she says, "I'm going to help take care of you," because we were staying at a motel kind of thing there. And she says, "Come over for dinner." And she had posted about Plexus, and I was actually interested because at the time I was like my heaviest weight that I'd been, other than when I was full-term pregnancy. And so I kind of I don't know if I brought it up to her or if she brought it up to me. I actually can't remember. I got thinking about that tonight, if she had said something or not. But anyway, she told us about Plexus, her and her husband, Jason. And I was very interested, and she was not pushy at all. She said, you go back and you think about it and see what you think. And so I got online and started researching like crazy about Plexus, and she had given me like the ingredient list and stuff. And so I'm kind of, I go type into WebMD all the ingredients, while I'm drinking my Mountain Dew, seeing if it's going to hurt me. I'm drinking my Mountain Dew. But anyway, so needless to say, we went back. I joined Plexus. So because of Cindy, we've gotten really close as cousins, which is really awesome. And she's just been a huge, huge support to me. She is awesome. And Jane and Marcin. And when I started, I had like a gazillion questions. And I'm sure that Cindy got so sick of me because every 5 minutes I was texting her, "Hey, Cindy, what about this? And what about this?" And she was just so great. She just would answer me, and she's awesome. But anyway, so after a couple of weeks, I was like, "Cindy, I'm still drinking my Mountain Dew." And she's like, "Just give it time, just give it time." And sure enough, then I decided it wasn't that I wanted it. It was a habit. You've all been there. Y'all know how it goes. But I've lost over about 35 pounds. When I started, Cindy kept saying to me, you need to measure because you'll lose inches before you lose weight. And I was like, no way, I'm not measuring. I was like, there is no way I want to see that big old fat number on that tape measure. And so my husband had this belt, and none of my belts fit around my waist at this point because I had gained so much in the middle. And so I took his belt and it went to here. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it barely touched. And right now, I just put it on before the meeting and it's to here. So there's that, it's 9 inches. That is 9 inches. I was like, that's almost a foot off my waist. Anyway, so I think, like Jane said, you've got to stay positive. They are so awesome. They're constantly posting like positive videos. So for me, like she was saying, go watch things, and I'll go on their Facebook and Cindy's all the time and just find a video to watch while I'm getting ready in the morning, while I'm doing my hair. Just find something that's 10 or 15 minutes even to just watch while I'm getting ready in the morning. That's been huge. And being honest with people, I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah, these are my friends and my family that I'm sharing Plexus with, and I'm just honest with them. I'm not gonna sell them something that they don't need, but I think all of them need it, obviously. Anyway, just thanks to Marson and Jane and Cindy and Jeannie. You guys are just all so great. Such a great support system. I think we've got the best team ever. I hope that was what you wanted.
Perfect.
Laura, you did a great job. Thank you so much. You and all our team members, but you and Alana both. You guys inspire us, and Cindy too. You guys inspire us with your belief and your conviction and your persistence, and that's kind of one of the reasons we picked on you a little bit there. But you did awesome. Thank you. So, Alana, are you still there? Would you like to take a couple minutes and tell us about what Plexus has done for you?
I am still here.
Awesome.
So, no, I don't want to take a few minutes, but I told you I would. So I joined Plexus like 4 years ago from a sister-in-law, and life happened and I went out of it. But when I saw Marson in a Plexus t-shirt and a hat on my Facebook last August of 2015, I started talking to him, and anyway, I joined up with him. Thought I'd been thinking about joining back, but my ID number wouldn't work because it had been too long. And I just wanted to have a support group that was closer, and Marson and Jane have been awesome. I've just really enjoyed being on this team. And I am a very positive person anyway. I have quotes all over my house, and I'm always doing YouTube. I'm always searching to learn something new. And I got onto Plexus because of my digestion. If I don't take a pill, I throw up. I can't keep anything down. And since I've been on Plexus, I can go several days without taking a pill. So that's why I got on it. I love sharing the products with family and friends.
You're doing good, Alana. Super proud of you.
Absolutely.
Take your time.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Take as much time as you need.
But I'm just really excited that I chose me and my family and jumped back into Plexus because it is changing my life and the people I love. And I'm very grateful to be on this team.
Alana, we're very grateful to have you on the team too, and that's one of the reasons that we asked you to speak tonight, because your positivity is so inspiring, and you've helped Jane and I both out more than you realize.
Yeah, you're amazing.
You are an amazing person. We're so blessed to have you on our team. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. That's great. We loved it.
Good job.
Thank you.
You bet. I was going to take a few minutes, but we're about out of time. I really don't want to keep anybody any longer than we need to. And
Keep going, Marson. And if anybody knows they got, things they got to do, they can go. But I would love to hear what you have to say. So I'm on here. So go for it.
all right. I'll try to keep it short, but I have a little bit that I wanted to get off my heart tonight. I've been with Plexus for 30 months now, and when I first joined Plexus and decided I was going to do this as a business, I seen myself as a Plexus Jewel by now, and that hasn't happened, and that's okay, because I've just recently I kind of had a come to Jesus meeting with myself, so to speak. I'm doing well, and I'm still doing well. I was doing well. PV was up, doing good with customers and everything. But something happened. I can't put my finger on it, but something happened, and I leaned to the negative side. And I started, and it just surprised me, because I started looking at other people and saying, what am I doing wrong? They're going up this ladder here, Fashion AM, and they haven't been doing this very long. I've been doing this a while. What am I doing wrong? And it kind of surprised me. And I kind of stepped back and I looked at myself and thought, what is wrong with you? This isn't you at all. And I felt bad. I felt kind of depressed. And I, to be serious with you, I was really thinking about coasting for a while and just let the dust settle and not do anything, just kind of let my business kind of slack a little bit. And that bothered me too, because that's not me at all. So I reached out to a very good friend of mine. Her name is Jean Stratton. and I'll be forever grateful for her, because she gave me some great advice. And she had me, she suggested a book that I read. And I haven't finished this book yet. I think I've got about a chapter or two left. But this book has basically woke me up. It's turned me around, and it's got my positive meter back over here where it ought to be. And I just want to touch a little bit about some of the points in this book that I've read up now. I'm going to try to go through this a little fast, because I don't want to keep everybody any longer than we have to. But everybody that's on this meeting night is here because God put this in your heart. And you go to bed thinking Plexus. You wake up in the morning thinking Plexus. And you're thinking, who can I reach out to help today? God put that there, and he put that there for a reason, because he knew every one of you on this call had the ability to get this word out there to help people. And he knew that every one of you had the skills and the love and the ability to do it. And that's just amazing to me. I mean, every time I Plexus or something, I think, yeah, you got it too, you poor sucker. Anyway, just a couple of things I want to touch on in the book. Vision. Vision is so important in this business. You've got to be able to look ahead and see where, if the house or your kids going to college or their health and welfare. That's what you've got to see, and you've got to picture that. You've got to get a picture of that, and you've got to put it in front of you. I know we've talked about doing vision boards and stuff. Here's a little excerpt from the book that I really liked. A man named Conrad Hilton. He was in love with, he's seen a picture of the Waldorf Astoria. Fell in love with it, and God put it in his heart that that's something that he had to own at some point in his life. And so he took a picture of that and he put it on his desk. And every day he looked at that picture and he thought about his vision. And he did this for years. And one day he went to the Waldorf Astoria, and while he was walking through the Waldorf, he prayed to God and he said, "Thank you for giving me this." And he was grateful for it. 18 years after that, he bought all 250,000 shares, and he is now the owner of the Waldorf Astoria. And of course, the last name Hilton, that probably gives you a little hint too. So that's heavy stuff there. That's amazing. And it can happen to any of us. So vision's important. Influence. I'm not talking about the influence you have over people, the influence you have over yourself. Another excerpt from the book was you can relate your influence to the laws of flight: lift, thrust, weight, and drag. So you want to, if you're going to fly, you want to be around people that lift you, that inspire you. That gives you your lift, your thrust, the people that move you forward and motivate you. Weight, then you're people that weigh you down, give you their problems to try to solve and stuff. They kind of weigh you down, so you got to watch for those. And drag, these are the people that just Debbie Downer, so to speak, negative about everything. So you got to balance all that out, but you really want to stay away from the weight and the drag part there, and go with the lift and the thrust as much as you can. So very important to get those kind of people in your life. Another little expert is about expectations. You can't expect good things to happen to your life if you don't. Let's see. Okay, here's a good example. Let's say you're going to take a test and you're worried, oh my gosh, I got to stay steady or I'm going to fail this test. Look at it this way: expect to pass the test. Look at it and look at the test and the challenge in front of you, and pray to God and tell Him thank you for this opportunity to prove that I'm smart enough to pass this test. And it's an attitude. You go in and look at it that way. Expect positivity. Expect to win. Don't expect to fail. Another one, be positive. And Jane kind of touched on that really good, actually. So I'm not going to get into that very much, but positivity is so important. And the next is excellence. Excellence, the way that Joel Osteen described it, was amazing to me, I thought. In order to expect excellence in your life, you've got to be excellent yourself. Here's an example. You're sitting in the park and you see some paper blown by. Do you just sit there and let it blow by, or do you get up and go get it and put it in the trash can? If you get up and go get it and put it in the trash can, you are a person of excellence. You cannot have that paper blown around out there. And that goes the same thing with your job. You can't leave loose ends. You can't do things just half-assed. Everything you do with excellence and pride. Same thing with your home. Your home isn't cluttered and filthy and disorganized and disarray. A person of excellence takes pride in their living quarters. Things are clean, neat, and organized. Don't tell them about my organization. Anyway, so excellence. and I have to work on that a little bit. The next thing I want to touch on is growth. And this was pretty cool, the way Joel Osteen described it. 50% of all high school graduates never entirely read another book in their life. 50%. That just blew me away. Growth. Growth is so important. And Jean helped me see this, because I thought I was doing personal growth before I went negative. And I was, but I was just doing it, I think, to do it. I wasn't really putting myself into it. And so after Jean's awesome advice and wisdom, I decided that personal growth is really where I needed to spend most of my time. And then that's what I'm doing. I spend probably 95% of my time on personal growth, trying to fix this up here. And the rest I'll put into my business. I'm not worried about that, because the amazing thing about this is I've been putting a lot more time into personal growth than I ever did in the business. And this last week, I've got more interest in my business than I have ever before, which just blows me away. I've got a new preferred customer. I've got a few other people that are wanting to get with me and talk about it. And I'm putting all my time into growth. So important, folks. And that's going to help you to hopefully avoid what I went through, was the negativity. And this beautiful lady sitting next to me, I've seen her go through some pretty tough times in this business and in her personal life, and her positivity just blows me away. And boy, if I can't learn anything from her, I'm not going to learn anything at all. I am one lucky guy, and I got to tell you, positivity and personal growth is the answer. So that's about all I wanted to say, I think. Yeah. Oh. Okay, one more. Sorry. Winners. If you want to be a winner and want to be a successful person, then you have to hang out with people that are going to lift you and challenge you, like our amazing Gene and Dusty. So that's all I got.
Wow. Holy moly, you guys. That was completely amazing. The whole call was awesome. Thank you guys so much, because that was, I think, a lot of probably what everybody needed to hear. And I just love everything you guys said. You guys always do amazing. That's why I couldn't wait for Monday to hear, because you guys always inspire me and lift me up. And it's just, I love that about our team, because this is a team effort and we all have something to bring to the table. And that's what makes this team work. And so super proud to know you guys. That was incredible. And I'm super excited we got to record it, and I'm going to